Chosen one, take a moment and let this truth sink deeply into your heart and spirit. You are not here by accident. You did not come across this message by chance or coincidence. Heaven planned this exact moment perfectly for you. It aligned this message with your steps and sent it to you at the precise time your spirit was ready to receive it. This is what we call divine timing. It is a sacred appointment, a holy moment where eternity itself meets your present time. Chosen one, God has been watching your life journey far more closely than you realize. Every sacrifice you made, every battle you fought quietly, every tear you shed in secret has been carefully noted in heaven's book of remembrance. And now, things around your life are beginning to change. You are standing on the edge of a powerful breakthrough that is beyond the natural, a breakthrough so sudden and strong that it will silence every voice that ever said you were forgotten. The wealth others said you would never have, the doors they believed would stay closed forever, the chances they thought you missed. God is about to bring all those things into your life in a way no one can deny. Anointed one, the appointed time has arrived for you. Just as it says in Habakkuk 2:3, the vision awaits its appointed time. It waits patiently for it. It will not delay. That time is now. Step into this moment with a heart full of respect, with great expectation, and with an openness ready to receive all that God is revealing to you. Before anything else, chosen one, let your spirit rest in this truth. Heaven has been working behind the scenes long before you saw any signs. The change that is coming did not start today. It started in the hidden, quiet moments, during those unseen hours when you felt like nothing was moving forward, nothing was opening up, and nothing was responding. But hear this clearly and with deep certainty. Heaven has been building the breakthrough you are about to experience little by little, layer by layer, breath by breath. And the shock of this coming breakthrough will not only affect you, it will be felt by everyone who assumed your silence meant your story was finished. Chosen one, God is about to change what looked like the strongest proof that you were forgotten into the loudest proof of His favor. I say this with full confidence because this is not just an idea or poetic words. This is spiritual truth and law. What heaven plans and ordains can never be hidden forever. What God blesses and anoints will not stay unnoticed for long. What God breathes life into must eventually rise up and show itself. I learned this truth myself during a time when everything in my life seemed to say the opposite of what God had promised me. People thought my quietness meant I had lost. They thought my waiting showed I was weak. They thought God had forgotten me because I didn't have anything big or flashy to show for it. But what they did not know was that God places the most valuable seeds deep in the darkest soil. Chosen one, this is exactly what happened in your life. Your silence was not emptiness. It was a time of growth and development. Your stillness was not stopping or failure. It was a time for your spirit to become strong and steady. And the path that looked blocked was not a rejection or a failure. It was a divine pause. Heaven would never let you step into a blessing until you were strong enough to carry it. Now, the proof of that heavenly preparation is beginning to show itself. The same people who thought you were being overlooked will soon have to face what divine timing truly means. Because the change that is coming is not quiet or soft. It is not small or easy. It is a shift so powerful and clear that it will carry God's signature in every part of it. This shift will not whisper. It will announce itself loudly. It will not suggest. It will confirm. It will not ask for permission. It will take its rightful place in your life. Chosen one, hear this deep in your spirit. You are about to become undeniable, and what makes you undeniable is not the applause of people around you. It is not the approval of groups or circles that never valued you. It is the power and weight of heaven on your life. The atmosphere around you is changing because the mission on your life has grown. What was planted quietly and secretly has now reached its appointed time to be revealed. Just like the prophet Habakkuk said in the Bible, the vision may wait for its appointed time, but when the time comes, it will not delay. That is exactly where you stand right now, at the edge of seeing your dreams and promises come to life. Let me speak to the part of you that still asks, why now? Why after all this time? Why after so much silence? The answer is this: the person you are today is not the same person who started this journey. Your faith has been strengthened and made stronger. Your ability to endure has been tested and purified by fire. Your identity has been cleaned and made pure. What used to break you can no longer bend you. What once distracted you no longer divides your heart. What once scared you no longer controls your mind or actions. Chosen one, you have been rebuilt from the very foundation of your being up. And the most surprising part is that you probably did not even notice it was happening. You kept walking even when the way was hard. You kept praying even when answers seemed delayed. You kept choosing what is true even when it was easier to take shortcuts. You kept holding on to peace even when chaos screamed loudly around you. You kept lifting your spirit higher even when life tried to drag you down into old habits and painful cycles. Even when you doubted yourself, heaven never doubted you. Even when you felt unworthy, God never stopped believing in His work in your life. And now, this quiet and steady obedience is about to explode into visible favor and blessings. This is why people will be surprised, not because you suddenly look blessed or lucky, but because they never saw the preparation that made you ready for this moment. They never saw the nights you held on by the smallest thread. They never saw the tears you wiped away before anyone else noticed. They never saw the emotional battles you fought alone. They never saw the moments you chose forgiveness when bitterness was easier. They never saw the inner struggles that made you strong on the outside. Chosen one, heaven has seen all of it, and heaven has decided that the time for hiding is over. The same situations that once made fun of you or held you back will now show your true strength and anointing. The same doors that once shut in your face will open wide without any resistance. The same path that looked impossible to walk will become smooth and easy because you are no longer walking by your own strength, but by divine power and alignment. Chosen one, as you step deeper into this moment that heaven has brought you to, I want you to understand something many people never realize until it's too late. When God prepares to lift you up, He does not start by changing the things around you first. Instead, He starts by changing you. He grows your faith bigger, sharpens your ability to understand what is true, makes you stronger so you can keep going, and clears your heart and motives to make sure they are pure. None of this happens where others can see. It happens quietly and privately in the hard places where you felt invisible, unappreciated, and misunderstood. You thought no one noticed you, but heaven was actually rewiring your spirit to be ready for the higher level you are about to receive. There is no accident in your timing because divine timing is never random or careless. It is created with perfect precision. And now that heaven is ready to show what you carry inside, everything around you is starting to rearrange itself to fit that calling. You might not see the whole picture yet, but you can feel something stirring deep inside your chest. That inner feeling that tells you something unseen is already happening, even if you can't fully understand it yet. Chosen one, I want you to see this clearly. The things and situations that once weighed you down were not signs that you lost or failed. They were invitations for you to grow into the person who can hold the blessings that are coming your way. I have lived through times when every door seemed to close at once, when my prayers seemed to disappear before they reached heaven, and when silence felt louder than hope itself. But it was in those very times that God shaped me, not by making life easy, but by giving me conviction. Not by giving me applause, but by bringing me into alignment with His will. That same process has been happening in you. You have been taught how to stand strong when no one was clapping for you, how to show up even when no one noticed, and how to speak truth even when your voice shook. Your obedience in the darkness has prepared you for the chances and opportunities that will soon bring light to all that God planted inside you. As heaven begins to lift you up, know this: the rise you are about to experience will not look like the world's idea of success. It will not come from pushing hard or from desperation. It will come from surrender and trust. The doors opening for you are not because you knocked the loudest or made the most noise. They are opening because your spirit has grown and reached the frequency that heaven answers. When divine timing meets spiritual readiness, breakthroughs become impossible to stop. You are standing on that very edge now. Those who misunderstood your silence, who thought your humility was weakness, who believed your waiting meant you were stuck, will soon see a powerful turning point that carries God's clear signature. Chosen one, you are being lifted in a way that will not need explanations. Your presence will speak louder than your past story ever could. People will not understand how you made it through what should have broken you. They will not understand how you keep rising even when everything around you seems impossible. They will feel something different when they are near you. It will feel like peace wrapped in power, strength wrapped in kindness, and humility wrapped in holy weight. That feeling is not a mistake or coincidence. It is proof of all you have quietly overcome. And when God says it is your time, no one can stop what is unfolding. The same people who ignored or dismissed you will have to change how they think about you. The same places that once did not pay attention to you will now want to be near you. The same doors that would not budge before will now open wide without any struggle. This is not because you changed yourself to fit in. It is because the real you has finally risen to the surface. You are stepping into a new chapter of your life that feels lighter because you no longer carry the heavy weight of needing to prove yourself. You are stepping into a chapter that feels clearer because confusion cannot stay where there is perfect alignment. You are stepping into a chapter that feels sacred because it was written and prepared just for this exact moment in your life. Chosen one, heaven is not only getting ready to bless you. Heaven is getting ready to prove your worth and clear your name. The wrong stories, the false ideas, the judgments people have spoken over you, and the wrong assumptions about your journey, all of that is being erased by the light of the truth that God is about to show. You are not being lifted up to prove others wrong. You are being lifted up to prove God right. And when heaven shows this truth, it does it so clearly that no one can argue against it. Your life itself will become the strongest proof. Every struggle you went through will stand as a pillar of strength. Every delay you experienced will become a door leading to your destiny. Every sacrifice you made will become a seed that blooms in its perfect time. This is the season where your true identity will speak for itself. Not your explanations, not your defenses, not your efforts to justify your heart or choices. God is stepping into your story now, and when God steps in, everything becomes clear. Everything fits together with purpose. Everything that seemed random will show its meaning. You are entering a season of supernatural flow, where things that once took huge effort will now happen easily. That ease does not mean laziness or giving up. It is the reward for staying faithful when quitting felt easier. It is the result of what heaven planted in you long before you saw any sign that things were moving. Chosen one, Breathe this in deeply. What is coming to you is strong and lasting. It will not disappear suddenly. It will not be broken by opposition or hard times. It will last because God has built it on a firm foundation. You are stepping into a time of stability after many years of uncertainty. You are stepping into clarity after seasons of confusion. You are stepping into your purpose after walking through valleys that tried to convince you that your purpose was dead. Nothing was wasted, nothing was lost. Everything was preparation for what is now beginning. Chosen one, as this next part of your revelation opens up, I want you to feel the great importance of what heaven has been working out around your life. Many times you may have asked why the journey felt so lonely, why the path seemed narrow while others had more freedom, why certain people left your life just when you thought they were supposed to stay. It wasn't abandonment, it was alignment. When God gets ready to lift someone up to higher places, He takes away anything that cannot breathe or survive at those heights. You are not being stripped away or broken down without reason. What is happening to you is purification. Every time something separated you from what you wanted or from certain people, it happened for a purpose. Every quiet time you spent alone, every season where you felt nothing was changing, it all had a plan and a reason behind it. Even every question you asked in your heart that seemed to go unanswered was holding a hidden mercy that you could not see then. And now, the time has come that heaven has finished this pruning process in your life. The fruit from this careful cutting back is about to overflow in your life in ways you have not yet imagined. You have stayed faithful in times when being faithful did not feel like it was bringing anything good in return. You kept moving forward when nothing around you made sense. You kept trusting and believing even when you had little evidence to support it. You kept forgiving those who hurt you even when bitterness was begging you to hold on to it instead. This is the kind of obedience that heaven honors. It is the kind of faithfulness that becomes the foundation of a life that God can trust to handle influence, abundance, and authority. For many years, it may have felt like your life was on pause. Like everyone else around you was moving forward and growing while you were stuck standing still. But heaven was not delaying your progress. Heaven was protecting you. You were being prepared quietly and carefully, so that when the time came for your life to be revealed fully, nothing would be able to shake the strong foundation that God has built inside you. There is a shift happening in the spirit realm that you can sense even if you cannot fully name it or explain it yet. Moments of clarity, those rare times when you suddenly understand something deeply, are coming more often. Your inner world, your thoughts and feelings are becoming quieter and more peaceful. Your ability to judge situations and people is getting sharper. You can now sense when something is wrong even before it shows itself clearly. You can feel when something good is coming before it arrives. This sensitivity is not just a coincidence. It is proof that heaven has tuned your spirit to a higher frequency, because the next season of your life requires wisdom and careful understanding more than hustle or hard pushing. You are not entering a season where you have to fight and struggle hard to get opportunities. Instead, you are stepping into a season where opportunities will recognize your anointing and come to you. Chosen one, the elevation that is coming to you is not just about you personally. It is also generational. The healing you have fought for in your own life is breaking chains and bad patterns in your family bloodline. The strength you have built inside yourself is becoming a strong foundation for those who will come after you. The decisions you made while crying and in pain are creating freedom for people you have not even met yet. You are not rising just for yourself. You are rising for an entire family line that heaven refused to let stay stuck in fear, lack, and limits. You are the interruption to the cycle that once trapped your family. You are proof that God can take someone from ashes and turn them into a living monument of grace and hope. And now, chosen one, the very areas where you felt the heaviest pressure and difficulty are about to become the places of your greatest blessings. The money situation that once felt so tight is moving into a season of supernatural flow. The relationships that once drained your energy and made you feel small are being replaced with divine connections that build you up. The chances and opportunities that slipped through your fingers before are coming back to you in better, upgraded forms. Heaven is not just giving you back what you lost. Heaven is giving you more than you prayed for, better than you could have imagined. The wealth that is connected to your purpose is beginning to find you, not because you chased it with desperation, but because your spirit has grown into the kind of container that can hold abundance without being ruined by it. I want to share something personal with you, something I learned in my own difficult wilderness season. There were times when I thought God was ignoring me. There were times when I thought heaven had gone completely silent. Times when I felt the promises I believed in were fading away. But I discovered that silence is not the same as God being absent. It is God working behind the scenes like an artist. He does his work quietly, out of sight, when being visible too soon would harm the process. He lines up everything perfectly so that when the blessing arrives, it fits you exactly as it should. Every time I thought I was forgotten, God was actually building a future for me that I could not yet see. And chosen one, that is exactly what is happening in your life. Heaven has been working around your story with extreme care and precision. The shock that others will feel when they see your breakthrough will not come from your blessing itself. It will come from the timing of it. To them, it will look sudden and unexpected, but you will know that it was years in the making. Every quiet prayer, every lonely night, every hidden sacrifice, every choice you made to stay true and aligned when it would have been easier to compromise. All those moments built the momentum for the miracle that is now coming toward you. The unveiling will not be quiet or small. It will be the kind of change that forces those who doubted you to completely rethink everything they ever believed about you. Not because you are looking for their approval or validation, but because God is making a powerful statement through your life. Chosen one, get your heart ready. What is coming is heavy with responsibility. It carries authority, influence, and impact, but it also carries joy, ease, peace, and deep satisfaction. You are stepping into a chapter of your life where blessings will no longer feel like battles. Miracles will no longer feel like mysteries. Success will no longer feel like just survival. This is not a season where you will have to fight your way through. This is a season where you will grow into the blessings. Heaven is not asking you to work harder or push more. Heaven is asking you to surrender and trust. Chosen one, as we go deeper into what heaven is doing in your life right now, I want you to feel how sacred this moment really is. There are seasons in life where the weight of what is unseen becomes heavier than what is visible. You have lived through one of those seasons longer than most people. You carried silent burdens that no one else noticed. You prayed prayers that seemed to go unanswered. You endured pressures that could have broken your spirit, but your spirit did not break. Instead, it stretched and grew stronger. It expanded beyond what you thought was possible. It became fortified in ways you didn't even know you needed. What you thought was a time of delay was actually a time of divine preparation, shaping you into someone who can hold and carry what is now coming to you. And chosen one, what is coming is not small or ordinary. Heaven does not prepare a soul the way it prepared you for anything less than something extraordinary. There were moments when you asked yourself why the path ahead seemed darker instead of lighter, why the silence around you grew louder instead of softer, why the pressure on you increased when you felt like you had nothing left to give, but those very moments were not signs that God had left you or abandoned you. They were signs that God was leading you into deeper and more important places. The darkness forced you to sharpen your ability to understand truth. The silence made you learn how to listen to things the world cannot teach. The pressure pushed you to find strength that heaven had already placed deep inside you before you even knew you needed it. Every hardship became a teacher. Every disappointment became a tool that shaped and formed you. Every season that felt empty was actually filling you with seeds that you will need to grow in the next chapter of your life. Chosen one, you have walked through valleys that tried to convince you your purpose was fading away. But even in those valleys, heaven was whispering your true identity to you. You were not losing yourself. You were shedding parts of yourself that could not walk with you into the future. There is a reason some relationships ended. There is a reason some dreams changed. There is a reason some doors closed even though you desperately wanted them to open. Heaven was not punishing you. Heaven was protecting what you were becoming. When God gets ready to lift someone up, He removes anything that cannot handle the weight of the anointing on that person's life. You did not know it then, but every separation and every loss cleared space in your spirit for the blessing you are now stepping into. And now, chosen one, the divine change that is happening will surprise even you. One morning you will wake up and realize that the heaviness you have carried for so long has turned into clarity. You will walk into places that used to overwhelm you and feel peace going before you. You will see opportunities opening up that just a few months ago would have felt impossible to reach. There will be a supernatural ease in your steps, not because life has become perfect, but because your spirit has reached a level of maturity that no longer fights battles that were never meant for you to fight. Your rise and your success will not come from trying harder, but from being in alignment with who you truly are. You are finally matching who heaven always said you were. Let me share something from my own experience. There were times when I thought God was silent simply because I couldn't feel His presence. I confused stillness with distance, but looking back now, I realize that the times when God felt quiet were actually the moments when He was working the hardest and deepest. Not a single tear I shed was ignored, not a single prayer I prayed was wasted, not one desire or longing I had went unseen. God was writing chapters in my life that I was not ready to understand yet. And chosen one, He has been doing the exact same thing for you. What you thought was a time of being stuck was really a quiet explosion of preparation that only heaven could see. Now, the unveiling is moving from the spiritual and invisible into the visible and real. You will begin to notice that people respond to you differently. They may not understand why your presence carries a special weight, but they will feel it. You are stepping into a version of yourself that cannot be ignored, overlooked, or underestimated. Your steps will carry authority. Your words will carry power and meaning. Your choices will carry clarity and wisdom. People who once ignored your value will suddenly see it because heaven is breathing life into every part of your true identity. Chosen one, what is coming next is not just blessing, it is vindication. Those who thought your quiet season meant you failed will now see the fruit of what you built silently. Those who assumed your silence meant weakness will now witness the strength that was formed in your time alone. Those who believed you were forgotten will now be faced with the truth that you were being prepared, protected, and positioned by God. You are not rising because you worked harder or fought more than anyone else. You are rising because heaven has decided that it is your appointed time, and appointed time does not battle with delay. It overrides delay. This is the start of a supernatural change where everything that once resisted you will begin to flow toward you. The opportunities that once avoided you will now seek you out. The clarity that once felt far away will now guide you clearly. The blessings that once seemed blocked will now arrive with exact precision. You are entering a season where things will speed up instead of staying stuck, where peace will replace pressure, and where your purpose will speak louder than any fear. And chosen one, the world is not ready for the new version of you that is coming now. Chosen one, as we go deeper into this new layer of revelation, feel how the atmosphere around your life is changing. There is a divine stirring happening quietly, almost too soft to notice, yet it is persistent and growing. You have felt it in moments when your spirit suddenly felt hope for no clear reason. You have sensed it when an unusual peace settled over situations that used to bring you anxiety. You have noticed it when doors that were once firmly shut started to loosen without you having to do anything. This stirring is not random. It is heaven's way of announcing that your season of rising and shining has begun. Your life has followed a prophetic pattern of breaking, building, refining, and rising. For years, the breaking felt unfair, the building felt slow, the refining felt painful, the rising felt delayed. But chosen one, every cycle has brought you closer to the person you need to be to hold all that is coming to you. Heaven does not raise people up too early. Elevation without preparation becomes destruction, but elevation after preparation becomes destiny. You are stepping into your destiny now, not because you demanded it, but because you endured and stayed faithful to it. There is something very important you need to know about how you rise. You do not rise like most people do. You rise by revelation, by the deep understanding God gives you. You rise by surrender, by giving up control and trusting God's timing. You rise by obedience, even when no one is watching you. Your strength has never come from being perfect. It has come from your resilience. When life hit you harder than you expected, your spirit refused to collapse. When people let you down, you learned to lean on God instead of bitterness. When hard times forced you into silence, you discovered how to hear heaven's voice more clearly. These qualities are not common. They are the signs of someone chosen for a special and uncommon rise. Chosen one, the favor coming to you will not be fragile or weak. It will not slip through your fingers or disappear just as you start to hold it. Fragile blessings belong to those who try to build things without God. But what heaven builds cannot be shaken or destroyed. This new chapter in your life will bring a stability you have never known before. You are entering a time when resources will flow more freely. Opportunities will feel like they fit naturally instead of being forced. Your decisions will feel guided and clear instead of rushed and pressured. This is because heaven has finished training you and now trusts you fully. Let's talk about the weight you carry, even if you don't notice it yet. People around you have already started to sense that something is different about you. There is a quiet but strong authority in your energy now. Even those who don't know your full story can feel the change. That is the smell of someone who has walked through fire without letting the fire destroy them. You carry the scent of survival, the aroma of endurance, the glow of someone heaven kept alive for a purpose much bigger than they ever imagined. This is why certain places and people can no longer hold you. This is why some relationships no longer feel right or aligned with who you are becoming. When God lifts up your true identity, He also changes the environment and surroundings around you. And chosen one, the shock that heaven is preparing will not only affect those who doubted you. It will also impact those who believed in you, the people who prayed for you, encouraged you, supported you, or simply held space for your growth. They will be blessed through your breakthrough as well. God does not raise people up alone. He raises them up so they overflow to others. Your rising will lift others higher. Your healing will inspire others to heal. Your success will open new pathways for others to follow. You are not just a receiver of divine favor, you are a carrier of it. This is also the season when your voice will regain the power that life once tried to steal from you. There was a time when speaking your truth felt dangerous, when being fully yourself felt too costly, when using your voice felt like entering a battlefield. But now, your voice is returning with new clarity and strength. The world needs to hear what you have to say. The world needs to hear what you have seen and learned. The world needs what you carry in your heart. The world needs the perspective that only someone who has walked through darkness and come out alive can give. Heaven did not keep you safe for silence. Heaven kept you safe for influence and impact. Chosen one, take a deep breath and let this truth sink into every part of your being. You are not stepping into a season of struggling and pushing harder. You are stepping into a season of receiving and accepting what heaven has prepared for you. You are not stepping into a season where you have to prove yourself again. You are stepping into a season where heaven will openly recognize you. You are not stepping into a season of confusion or uncertainty. You are stepping into a season where your purpose, your identity, and your direction all come together easily and clearly because they have finally grown strong inside you. The spiritual pull on your life is growing stronger because heaven is drawing you into your next level of being. And now the blessing that once seemed so far away, the promise that felt impossible, the breakthrough that seemed forever delayed, they are standing right at your door. Heaven is not asking you to chase after these things. Instead, heaven is telling those blessings to find you, and they will. Chosen one, as we move into this next stage of your journey, I want you to feel the power of what heaven is doing in the unseen places around you. There are changes happening that your natural eyes cannot fully see or understand yet, but your spirit has already felt them. You have felt a gentle pull away from what once felt comfortable and familiar. You have felt a soft stirring inside you telling you that the season you are stepping into is very different from the one you are leaving behind. You have felt a quiet boldness rising inside, encouraging you to let go of old identities, worn out stories, and relationships that no longer fit where you are going. All of this is planned. Nothing in your life right now is by chance or random. Heaven is not just working to lift you up, it is also carefully separating you from anything or anyone that might harm your progress or slow down your rise. Chosen one, many people around you did not truly understand the story that was being written about your life. They watched you go through difficult seasons, times that felt like a lonely wilderness, and they assumed those hard times were your end. They saw you fight battles without much help or support, and thought you were too weak to grow or succeed. They witnessed your tears and thought you were fragile, when really those tears were signs of a deep change happening inside you. But heaven saw a completely different picture. Heaven saw the strong spirit inside you that refused to give up. Heaven saw the way you held tightly to your purpose even when it felt heavy and difficult. Heaven noticed the strength you kept hidden from others, the discipline you practiced when no one was watching, and the faith you kept alive when there was no applause or encouragement. Heaven saw your character growing even when your life didn't seem to be changing. Now heaven is getting ready to honor everything you have built quietly and secretly during those hard times. There is a reason why God allowed some people to misunderstand you or to walk away from your life. There is a reason why others couldn't see your true worth while you were still growing and becoming the person you are meant to be. If they had seen how valuable you really were too early, they might have tried to control you, limit your growth, or take what was meant only for you. But heaven protected you by keeping you hidden for a time. You were not hidden because you were not worthy. You were hidden because you were still being formed, just like a precious stone deep underground needs time to be polished and shaped before it can shine brightly for everyone to see. That time of preparation is almost over. What is about to happen will not just lift you up. It will change the way those who doubted you see you forever. Chosen one, everything you have been through has prepared you for a rise that does not need anyone's approval or validation. You are not stepping into a time where you will have to prove your worth to others. Instead, you are entering a season where your worth will be clear and undeniable, speaking loudly for itself. The confidence growing inside you is not pride or arrogance. It is alignment. It is the quiet, steady knowing that comes from walking through storms and realizing you were never truly broken by them. It is the deep maturity that comes from heartbreak, learning that your heart still beats strong with kindness and understanding. It is the authority you carry now because you recognize that every struggle you faced has added to the spiritual strength you hold today. The next part of your life will be marked by signs of divine planning everywhere you look. Opportunities will come to you from places you never expected. Resources and help will appear from directions that surprised you. People who are meant to be part of your journey will show up without you having to search for them. This is what it means to move with supernatural speed and favor. Heaven is not just blessing you, it is placing you exactly where you need to be. Everything you lost along the way is being replaced with something far better, something perfectly made for who you are becoming. The sadness and grief you carried for so long are making room for a deep peace that will keep you steady. The confusion that once clouded your mind is clearing, and you are seeing things with new clarity. The loneliness that felt unbearable is turning into a feeling of divine companionship and purpose. Chosen one, I want to share something personal with you, something that helped me understand how God's timing works. There were times in my life when I begged God to open certain doors for me. I prayed hard for chances, for relationships, for outcomes I thought I was ready to receive. But when those doors stayed shut, I doubted everything. I doubted God, myself, the promises, and even my purpose. But over time, I realized something very important. The things I thought I wanted so badly would have crushed me if I had gotten them too early. I needed the waiting time. I needed the pruning and the silence. I needed the discomfort. Those things were not punishments, they were protections. And when the right door finally opened, it did so easily and naturally because it matched perfectly with the person I had become. Chosen one, the same truth is true for you. What is coming next will not need you to push hard or force things. Instead, it will require you to stand firm, to trust, and to walk confidently in the identity heaven has been shaping in you. You are stepping into a season of blessings that have grown as you have grown. These blessings did not come because of struggle or striving, but because of surrender and faith. Chosen one, as you receive this new insight, I want you to feel the special beauty of this moment you are living in. The atmosphere around you has changed. Even if you can't explain it, you can feel it. There is a calmness in your breathing, steadiness in your steps, and a quiet hope rising up inside you at surprising times. This feeling is not just emotion, it is spiritual alignment. You are entering a time when your inner world finally matches the calling that heaven has placed on your outer life. This inner alignment is the true beginning of your breakthrough. For many years, you have walked through seasons that felt full of contradictions. You carried hope while facing delay, held on to vision even when confused, and nurtured faith even though you didn't know what was coming next. Those contradictions were not meant to weaken you. Instead, they were designed to make you stronger and ready for a life that is beyond the ordinary. When someone is chosen, their journey is different from most. Their path is narrower and harder, their lessons go deeper, and their battles are heavier, but their rise is greater. You, chosen one, have been shaped by these hard moments. Every time life stretched you, it was heaven preparing you for something big. There is a powerful change happening in parts of your life that once felt stuck or impossible to move. The situations that drained your energy are starting to lose their grip. The relationships that exhausted you are slowly falling away on their own. The places and environments that once held you back no longer feel like they belong with who you are now. This is spiritual growth and evolution happening inside of you. Heaven is not just blessing you, it is raising your frequency, lifting you to a higher level that cannot be held down by the things that once kept you trapped. You might feel uneasy or confused during this change, but don't mistake that discomfort for danger. Discomfort is a sign that you are expanding, that growth is happening. Soon, you will see signs of this change speeding up in your life, and even you will be amazed. Things that once took years to happen will now happen in weeks or even days. Delays that once frustrated you will suddenly disappear. Prayers that felt like they were hanging in the air will start to come true with clear purpose. This is what divine timing looks like. It does not move slowly or bit by bit. It moves quickly and powerfully. You are stepping into a time of sudden changes, sudden clarity, sudden breakthroughs, sudden favor, and sudden connections. These are not accidents or coincidences. They are signs that heaven has placed you on a path where nothing can hold you back anymore. I want to share something I learned during my own waiting seasons. There were times when I thought God wasn't listening to my prayers, as if He had stepped away from my story. But every time I reached the end of what I could handle, something unexpected happened. A door opened, a person showed up, a message came through, or a shift occurred. I learned that God was never late. He was always working behind the scenes, moving pieces I could not see, preparing outcomes I could not imagine. The silence was not a sign of absence. The waiting was not wasted. And when the breakthrough finally came, it made every moment of waiting make perfect sense. Chosen one, you are now moving into that same clarity. The story God has been writing in your life is starting to show in visible ways. People will look at your life and wonder how everything changed so quickly. But you will know it was not quick. It was perfectly timed. Heaven is not reacting to your situation. It is revealing what has been prepared all along. You are moving out of a time of hiding and into a time of recognition. This recognition is not about pride or ego, but about your true purpose being seen and honored. Heaven is confirming your journey in ways that no one can deny. And the best part of this elevation is that it will feel natural. It will not feel forced or overwhelming or fragile. It will feel like the true you finally stepping forward because you have grown into the person who can carry what is coming. You are not just receiving blessings, you are becoming the blessing itself. The blessing is not falling onto you from the outside. It is rising from deep inside you. Chosen one, take a deep breath and let this truth fill your heart and mind. You are not just starting a new chapter in your life. You are stepping into the true chapter that was written for you long before you faced your first heartbreak or disappointment. This chapter was written before you learned the strength that silence and waiting bring. Heaven is lifting you up now, and no one and nothing can bring you down. Chosen one, as we go deeper into this unfolding story, I want you to understand how much heaven has protected your journey. There were times when you felt surrounded by enemies you could not see, pressures you couldn't explain, and a heaviness you didn't understand. You wondered why your spirit felt attacked, even when your life seemed calm. But what you didn't realize was the great calling on your life. You carry a mission that causes spiritual resistance, and because of that, Heaven had to protect you in ways you did not always understand. Every delay, detour, and closed door was a shield, not a punishment. You were not being blocked, you were being defended. Now that the storm is passing, Heaven is getting ready to show you just how much it was protecting for you. There were people who left your life without explanation, leaving you hurt and confused. But Heaven removed them because they would have blocked your rise. There were chances and opportunities you wanted but didn't get, not because you weren't good enough, but because they would have taken you away from the path Heaven had for you. There were relationships that looked promising but ended, not because you failed, but because Heaven knew they couldn't last at the level you are going to reach. You might not have understood this before, but now the truth is becoming clear. God was not holding back blessings. He was holding back fake or harmful things. Chosen one, the heaviness you carried over the years was not a sign of weakness, but a sign of your growing capacity. Heaven stretched you so you could hold more than most people can. You were able to stay strong when others would have given up. The strength that grew inside you was not meant for the time you were in before. It was meant for the time you are entering now. Strength is never made in easy times. Identity is never made from applause or praise. Purpose is never awakened when life is easy. You were shaped in the hard fire of becoming, and now what you became in that fire is about to shine in the light. You have reached a point where you don't need anyone else to tell you your value, because Heaven has already confirmed it. That is why people can't understand your calmness. They can't see how you stay peaceful when everything is uncertain, or hopeful when you are in transition. They don't understand how you keep going even when it looks like you should have given up. But chosen one, this is the result of divine protection. Heaven pushed your roots deep into the earth before letting your branches reach high. Now your roots are ready to hold the weight of the blessings that are growing on you. There is a deep truth you need to accept. The season you are entering does not depend on where you came from. It depends on who you have become. Your past struggles don't predict your future, they prepared it. The nights when you cried alone are creating the days when you will walk with confidence. The times when you felt forgotten are making way for moments when you will feel truly chosen. The prayers that seemed unanswered are lining up with breakthroughs that are better than what you asked for. Heaven has been putting together a blessing made just for you, tailored for your growth, your strength, and your spirit. What is coming is not ordinary favor. It is favor made just for you. Chosen one, I want to share something I learned when life tested me from every side. There were days I asked why God allowed certain struggles, why loneliness felt like my only friend, and why closed doors seemed to outnumber open ones. But looking back, I saw that every unanswered question was answered by perfect timing. God wasn't asking me to understand the season. He was asking me to trust Him through it. And when the change finally came, everything I questioned made sense. The people who left had to leave. The doors that closed needed to stay shut. The silence lasted long enough for me to hear what Heaven was shaping in me. Now I see the same pattern happening in your life. You have grown so much that the old version of you would not even recognize you. Your dreams are clearer, your spirit stronger, your judgment better, and your heart wiser. You don't accept things that used to drain you anymore. You don't hold on to things that once broke you. You don't chase after distractions like before. These are signs that your wings are ready for the high places Heaven is taking you to. Elevation means change, and you, chosen one, have grown beautifully. What is coming next will not need you to fight like you used to. You will not have to earn what Heaven already planned for you. You will not have to explain why you deserve the blessings coming your way. You are entering a season of spiritual rest, not being inactive, but having peace inside. Your obedience opened the door. Your endurance earned the strength. Your faith unlocked the right time. Chosen one, take this truth deep into your heart. You are about to rise in ways that will amaze even yourself. Not because you forced it, but because you became ready, and heaven always rewards those who are ready. Chosen one, as we move deeper into this next level of understanding, feel how everything inside you is growing. A quiet confidence is waking up inside you, the kind that doesn't need loud noise to feel strong. This confidence isn't pride, it is rooted in who you truly are. You are starting to see yourself the way heaven always has. The doubts and fears that once controlled you are losing their power. You are stepping into spiritual maturity, and with maturity comes authority. Heaven is placing a special responsibility on your life that no one can take away or question. Something amazing is happening inside you. You don't want to be in places that don't fit you anymore. You don't shrink or hide to make others comfortable. You don't stay quiet about your gifts because you fear being misunderstood. Instead, you feel a steady, sacred rising inside you. This rising is not arrogance, it is a reminder from heaven. Heaven is reminding you of who you were before life tried to dim your light, before disappointments stole your confidence, and before betrayals broke your trust. You are not becoming someone new. You are coming back to the full person you were meant to be. Chosen one, the rise you are stepping into will do more than just open doors. It will change the atmosphere around you. When you enter a room, people will sense something different, even if they can't say what it is. There will be a special grace in your presence and authority in how you carry yourself. You will carry a weight that cannot be faked or copied, a weight that only comes from surviving difficult storms without losing your kindness and softness. This kind of weight is rare. It shows you have walked with God through valleys that would have crushed others. It is proof of real strength that was built, not borrowed. You are entering a time where heaven will use your life as a powerful example, not of being perfect, but of being preserved, not of performance, but of purpose. There will be times when doors open for you without you even asking, moments when blessings come to you without chasing, and times when restoration happens from places you never expected. These things are not accidents. They are confirmations. They are heaven's way of saying, I saw you, I remembered you, I never forgot the seeds you planted. Chosen one, many of the breakthroughs coming your way are not just rewards. They are responses. Responses to your patience when others pushed you. Responses to your honesty when giving in would have been easier. Responses to your faith when things tried to drown your hope. Responses to your kindness in times when you barely had strength left for yourself. Heaven never forgets the seeds you plant, and you have sown with your whole heart and soul. What you gave in tears, you will receive in joy. What you endured quietly, you will receive openly. There will also be a change in the people around you. Those who once didn't see your value will suddenly understand it clearly, not because you changed, but because your anointing is shining brighter now. Your spirit is louder. Your true self is shining. Your presence is stronger. Some people will be naturally drawn to you because they sense something special and holy in your life. They will see a light in you, a kind of respect and reverence that makes them want to come closer. But at the same time, others will move away. They will keep their distance because your growth and change reveal the places where they themselves have not moved forward. Your progress will make their own stuckness or fears more obvious, and instead of facing that, they will pull back. This is okay. Let this happen on its own without forcing anything. The people who are truly meant to be part of your journey, those who share your dreams and your calling, will rise up alongside you. The ones who are not meant to go with you will fall behind or disappear. This is how life works naturally. When you rise, your elevation separates what can carry destiny forward from what cannot. It's not about judging others. It's simply a part of your own path unfolding. Chosen one, I want to share something personal with you, something I learned through my own experiences. There were times when the blessings I wished for seemed so far away, almost impossible to reach. I would watch other people receive the things I prayed for, and I felt left out, forgotten, or maybe even passed over. But in time, the truth became clear to me. God was not just preparing the blessings themselves. He was preparing me for those blessings. Because when they finally arrived, I was no longer the same person who had prayed for them. I had grown into someone stronger, someone who could hold those blessings without fear or doubt. I had learned how to take care of them without feeling insecure, and how to protect them without needing to explain myself or apologize to anyone. The timing wasn't late, it was perfect. And that same perfect timing is happening in your life right now. Chosen one, you are about to experience a breakthrough that will change your life in a way that lasts forever. This is not a blessing that comes and goes or just lifts you up for a little while. No, this is a divine turning point, a moment when everything changes permanently. The things that once held you down will no longer have power over you. The confusion that clouded your mind will become clear as day. The things that once made you feel weak will instead become the foundation of your strength and the source of your testimony. You are stepping into a new place of supernatural flow where everything works together smoothly and easily. Not because your life has suddenly become easy, but because your spirit is now aligned with the higher plan that heaven has for you. Here is a truth I want you to hold close. You are not rising up to prove anyone wrong or to show them what they missed. You are rising to prove that God was right all along. Your whole journey, with every hardship and delay, every pain and sacrifice, was shaping the person you are now, someone ready to stand at the edge of transformation. Heaven is not just getting ready to bless you, it is getting ready to reveal the real you. As this new revelation opens up in your life, I want you to be aware of how carefully heaven has been guiding your steps with perfect precision. Even in those moments when you felt lost and unsure, you were never truly wandering without direction. Even when nothing seemed to make sense, every detail was being put into place by divine hands. You are now standing on the other side of battles you did not realize were shaping and strengthening you. The strength you carry inside is not ordinary. It is the strength of someone who has been carefully molded by heaven with a purpose and vision much bigger than what you have been able to see with your own eyes. You are entering a season where your whole story will start to make sense all at once, as if a bright light has been switched on to show you everything you have been through. There were times in your life when the weight of everything pressing on your heart felt so heavy that you wondered if you would ever feel joy again. You walked through dark places quietly, so quietly that most people around you never understood the depth of what you were carrying inside. You smiled even when your heart was breaking. You encouraged others when your own spirit felt empty and tired. You showed up and kept going even when your faith felt weak and shaky. And even though you believed those moments made you weak, in truth, they made you stronger in ways you could not see at the time. Heaven used those hard seasons to build a foundation inside you that no storm can shake. Every tear you cried watered a seed that was growing beneath the surface. Every disappointment stretched your strength and made you more resilient. Every heartbreak carved out space inside you for greater wisdom and understanding. None of those difficult moments were wasted or meaningless. Chosen one, something important is happening right now. A spiritual shift is taking place where all the pieces of your journey, even the broken and painful parts, are coming together. Nothing in your life has been random. Even the mistakes you regret carried lessons that you needed to learn. Even the losses that hurt deeply held hidden blessings. Even the betrayals that shook your trust were a form of protection. God has been using everything, the pain and the beauty, to weave a beautiful tapestry that is now starting to show its full design. You went through seasons that many people would have collapsed under, but because you kept going, Heaven trusts you with responsibilities and blessings that others cannot carry. Your heart has been tested by fire, and now that fire will no longer burn you. It will light your way. There is something sacred about what you are stepping into. This is more than just a breakthrough. This is about becoming who you were always meant to be. You are not just walking into blessings. You are walking into the version of yourself that was always prepared to hold those blessings. The identity that is being born in you now is strong, steady, and cannot be shaken. You no longer act out of fear or insecurity. You act with awareness and clear understanding. You no longer make choices based on doubt. You make them based on wisdom and discernment. You no longer ask if you are chosen or worthy, because now you know that being chosen explains why the path was so hard. Your spirit has matured in a way that no situation or opinion can undo. You have become someone heaven can raise up without hesitation. Chosen one, I want you to understand that the recognition and honor coming your way is not by accident or coincidence. It is the result of perfect divine timing. Divine timing does not arrive quietly or gently. It comes with power, with clarity, and with authority. The blessings that are forming in your life now are not fragile like those you may have experienced before. They carry the strength and endurance of everything you have survived and overcome. You are stepping into a flow of favor that feels woven into every step you take. Doors will not just open for you, they will welcome you warmly. Opportunities will not just show up, they will arrange themselves perfectly around your purpose. People will not simply notice you, they will respect and honor the substance and depth you carry because it has been built through sacrifice, honesty, and truth. There was a time when you wondered why God allowed you to face so many battles that no one else could see, battles that felt silent and invisible. You questioned why your journey seemed full of hard, quiet struggles that others didn't understand. But now, as things become clearer, you are starting to see that those battles were strengthening the exact muscles heaven is using to lift you up. You learned to trust even when trust felt risky. You learned to wait even when waiting felt unbearable. You learned to love even when love felt dangerous. Those lessons were never meant to break you. They were meant to complete you. Some people grow through blessings that come easily, but you grew through burdens and challenges. Because of that, your rise will have real depth. Your success will be honest and true. Your influence will be filled with kindness and understanding. Heaven never wastes pain or suffering. Chosen one, the grace that is coming to your life will feel like finally breathing deeply after holding your breath for years. You will begin to move forward where you once felt stuck. You will find clarity where you were once confused. You will experience abundance where you once felt lacking. The financial breakthroughs that are coming are not just answers to prayers. They are tools to help you fulfill the important tasks God has given you. You are not receiving wealth to make yourself feel important or powerful. You are being trusted with resources because your heart has stayed pure and true, even when others around you lost their way. You have passed tests you didn't even know you were taking. And now, the reward for your obedience is unfolding. There is something else happening that you may sense, but don't fully understand yet. Heaven is raising your influence far beyond what you expected. People will look to you not because you asked for attention or power, but because your life now carries a clear light that others want to follow. When you speak, people will feel something sacred and steady. When you lead, they will find healing. When you show up, your presence will become a safe place for many because you have walked through storms that taught you compassion. This influence is not about status or fame. It is about fulfilling your assignment. Heaven is entrusting you with souls to care for, not just followers, and that trust is a sacred responsibility. Chosen one, breathe in this truth deeply and with respect. The change you are going through now cannot be undone. You will not go back to old patterns or fears. You will not shrink yourself to fit into places that no longer suit who you are. You are rising, and nothing has the power to pull you back down. Not people, not situations, not doubts, not delays. Heaven has planned your elevation, and heaven never starts something it will not finish. Chosen one, as your journey continues to unfold, I want you to see how deeply heaven has been working inside you to prepare you for the big changes coming on the outside. You might not fully realize it yet, but the person you are today is not the same as the one who first walked through those storms that once seemed impossible to survive. Something inside you has changed, a quiet but powerful shift. You carry a calmness now that you didn't have before. You have gained wisdom that didn't come from books or advice, but from actually surviving what should have broken you. You have a quiet confidence that doesn't need to shout or prove anything. It just shines naturally. Heaven has been shaping and crafting you in hidden places, and now all that hidden work is about to show itself without you having to say a single word. There were times in your past when you were surrounded by noise, people's opinions, expectations, and judgments. But over time, heaven quieted all those outside voices so you could finally hear the one voice that matters most, God's voice. God separated you from distractions, not to leave you alone, but to help you grow stronger. In that quiet space, you learned to listen to your own spirit. You learned how to tell the difference between what is real and what is fake. You learned how to recognize what fits your soul and what pulls you away from your destiny. That ability to discern has now become one of your greatest gifts because the places you are being called to require a kind of clarity that cannot be faked. Chosen one, you were never meant to blend in or be like everyone else. Even when you tried to fit in, it never felt natural. You have always cared deeply, seen things clearly, and felt things strongly. People sometimes misunderstood this about you, thinking you were strange or too intense, but heaven gave you this depth on purpose. The calling on your life requires emotional wisdom, spiritual sensitivity, and inner strength that normal paths do not ask for. While others walked easy, straight paths, your journey had twists and turns, not because you lost your way, but because God was leading you on a path designed to sharpen and prepare every part of you. Now that your spirit has grown and matured, your path is about to become straighter and clearer in ways that will surprise even you. There is something beautiful about the way you kept going, even when you had no answers. That quiet endurance put you in heaven's spotlight long before the world ever noticed you. Every time you chose to be honest instead of easy, heaven was taking note. Every time you forgave instead of held on to anger, heaven was taking note. Every time you waited patiently when pressure was crushing you, heaven was taking note. These choices were not small or unimportant. They were seeds planted deep inside you, waiting for their perfect season to grow. And that season, chosen one, is now. The harvest you are about to walk into is not random luck. It is the result of years of choosing to do what was right, even when it cost you what was comfortable or familiar. In the months ahead, there will be moments when you suddenly realize that you no longer react the way you used to. Things that once upset you or stole your peace will no longer have power over you. People who once drained your energy will no longer be able to touch your spirit. Situations that once overwhelmed you will seem small and unimportant compared to how much you have grown. This is not pride. This is true transformation. Heaven has expanded your emotional strength to hold peace. Your heart is no longer fragile. It is strong and guarded. Your mind is no longer filled with chaos. It is calm and steady. Your spirit is no longer scattered. It is focused and aligned. And when your inner self is fully aligned, your rise and success in life become inevitable. Chosen one, understand this deeply. The blessing coming your way is not for the old you. It is for the transformed you. If God had given you this blessing earlier, it would have been too much to handle. You might have doubted yourself or felt unworthy. You might have even held yourself back because of fear or insecurity. But now, something inside you has settled. You have become steady and rooted. You understand your own value in a way that cannot be shaken by other people's opinions. This clarity about who you are is exactly what qualifies you for the elevation heaven